All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Peace and blessings and citations to the Hope, Lalek, the Bayat, Dawadah, the House of David. All right, so as we know, this devil, he wants to get his new world order up and running, but little does he know his new world order is not going to get fully up and running. It's going to be destroyed. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai going to destroy his new world order. He's going to put a chink in his armory. You see? So without further ado, let's go to these scriptures here. Let's get some scriptures. We're going to try not to make this a super long video. But let's get Psalm 36, right? And let's get verse number 2. Verse number 3, Salakia. We'll get there, right? So it says, let's read it over in the KJV, then we're going to read it in NLT. It says, the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He have left off to be wise and to do good. He deviseth mischief upon his bed, and he setteth himself in a way that is not good, and he abhorreth not evil. NLT. It says, everything they say is crooked and deceitful. They refuse to act wisely or do good. They lie awake at night hatching sinful plots. And that sinful plot that they're hatching is to chip everybody on the planet. A totalitarian, authoritarian, technocratical government, right? Ran under AI, Palantir, Gideon, right? And so on and so forth, right? You see drones and everything else. These are the plans of these technocrats, right? Blockchain. Everything that you buy is stored on a blockchain. Your medical records, your history, everything is stored into that blockchain. So they'll know how to track, trace, and control you. You will become the UPC. All right? And if you don't know what the UPC is, it's a universal product code. All right? You will become that that tracing human. All right? See? So now let's go here to the book of Psalm. Let me get out of there real quick. Hold on. Let me go to the book, right? Of Psalm, the 2nd chapter. Right? Psalm, the 2nd chapter. We're going to get it in the KJ, in the NLT as well. All right? So read it over in the KJV first. It says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, right? His anointed is Yahweh Shai, right? Saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. You see? Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure, right? NLT. All right, why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans, right? And their futile plans is to chip everybody upon the face of the earth, right? To track them, total control, right? It says the kings of the earth prepare for battle. The rulers plot together against the Lord and against his anointed one. Let us break their chains, they cry, and free ourselves from slavery to Yahweh. But the one who rules in heaven laughs, the Lord scoffs at them. Then in anger, he rebukes them, terrifying them with his furious fury. Okay? So, hey, man, these devils think that they're going to get their new world order up and running and everything is going to go according to plan. But I'm here to tell them, thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, everything is not going to go according to plan. Your kingdom will be destroyed thus by ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles and the concentrated fire shot down from Yahweh Shai and the angels' chariots, right? All right? You see, you will be destroyed. Your tabernacle will be uprooted. All right? Your candle will be put out, Esau, Edom. All right? See? Now, let's go here real quick. Let's go to Job, right? Let's go to the book of Job. Job 14:5. Right? It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Right, so this man has a time period, see? And he's going to come down with great wrath. Revelation 12:12, right? To try to get his new world order up and running. This is why we're going into Jacob's trouble. Right? We're in the midst of that thing. Jeremiah 30:7. Daniel 12:1. Matthew the 24th chapter. Right? Where Yahweh Shai was speaking about. Right? A time like no other. And this is the times that we're living in right now. You see, because this man is in a rush. Right? He's in a rush to get his new world order up and running because he knows that his kingdom will be obliterated. But see, in his mind, he's thinking that, oh, all right, my kingdom is not going to go nowhere. It's always going to stand. It's going to stay, and nobody's going to destroy our kingdom. Right? But that's not the case. You see? That's not the case. All right? So let me get this here. Right? In the book of Job, the 20th chapter. Right? Job, the 20th chapter. Let's start at the 2nd verse. It says, therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer, and for this I make haste. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and that the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Right? And the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Verse number 6, it says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reacheth unto the clouds, right? Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Right, because this man is going to be taken out of rulership. He's going to be taken out of power. You see? 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, you go right to the 9th verse. But you can start at the 6th verse, but you can read down to the 9th verse. Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see? So this man is going to be uprooted out of his kingdom, right? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of a night. Right? It says that I also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. You see? His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, thou he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned, and his gall of asp within him. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. That's right. You see? It says, Yahweh shall cast him out of his belly. It says, and he shall suck the poison of apes, the viper's tongue shall slay him. And he shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. Right? Meaning he ain't going to enjoy, he ain't going to have time to enjoy his kingdom, man. He ain't going to have time to live deliciously in his kingdom, because it's going to get rained upon with ICBM missiles, man. Okay? That's how it's going to get rained upon, all right? It says, and that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he have oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away a house which he buildeth not. It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, and he shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. You see, he's going to be in straits in the fullness of his sufficiency. When he thinks he got his new world order up and running, he think everything, he's going to sit down at the table, right, to enjoy it, right? I got these people, I got them right where I want them. No. Right? It says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he's about to fill his belly, Yahweh cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon. The iron weapon is the ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles, right? Because the super elite, they're going to get away. You see? They're going to get away. But best believe when the elect, the hopeful elect, come down out of them chariots, right? Their asses is going to be thrown right into slavery. Chains is going to be put upon them. Psalms 149. You see? And the ball still shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yep, that's a silo. And yeah, the glittering sword cometh out of his guile. Terrors are upon him. You see? Okay? It says, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. And it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. You see? All right? Let's go to Job, right? The 18th chapter, right? Because see, his desire, now I ain't get to read Psalms, the 10th chapter, what I wanted, right? Because his desire is that he wants to set up his new world order. So we'll just, quote it. We'll quote that and say, his desire is that he wants to set up his new world order. And that is his desire. To have total control over the planet, over the world, over the earth. You see? To play himself to set himself up as a god, right? Through his technocratical his technology. Right? So let's get Job 18. Right? We'll start at verse number 4. It says, he tarrieth himself in his anger, and shall the earth be forsaken for thee, and shall the rock be removed out of his place. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. And he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The jinn